Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom to you Hebrew Israelites. Gotta give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning. I'm Mike Zarya, coming into another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. And this is Lord's willing, another edifying lesson. The title, The Lord is Coming for you so-called Christians, you Edomites, and 2/3 of Israel, and all the heathen nations. Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi is coming back for you so-called Christians, you Edomites, 2/3 of Israel, and all the other heathen nations. This is Matthew chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 17. And it reads, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." So the Lord said he's coming back to fulfill. "For verily I say to you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." So, I'm going to get a precept on that. This is Luke chapter 16, verse 17. And it reads, "And it is easier for heaven and earth to pass than one tittle of the law to fail." So the Lord say, the law has not failed, and until all be fulfilled, until everything on earth be fulfilled according to the prophecies of the Bible, everything ain't nothing done away with. The laws ain't done away with, and the prophecies are not done away with. So you got these people in the church believe that they put out the day of the Lord, thinking that he's not coming speedily. They thinking that they got time to still live life and get money and enjoy. Well, the Lord say, until all be fulfilled. So these Christians, these so-called Christians that's comfortable in the churches, they don't understand that Yahawashi has come back to destroy them for following the ways of the heathens, man. Okay? And Israelites been doing this since the time of, since we came out of Egypt, man. Okay? Even in Egypt, from the time we was in Egypt to the time we came out of Egypt, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians been following the ways of the heathen nations. Okay, the Lord say in Exodus 23 and 32, make no covenant with the heathens, man. Jake, vote. They do whatever they got to do to try to please Esau, Edom, and the heathen nations, man. That's what the Lord said, why trembleth thy ways to seek love. So these people don't understand the Lord's coming back to for judgment, man. Okay? That's the title of this lesson, man. The Lord is coming back to judge the earth, man. Okay? The Lord is coming back to judge the wickedness of the earth. This is Isaiah. Matter of fact, let me read this one first. This is Psalms 68. Let me read this one first. Psalm 68 and verse 17. And it reads, "The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord Yahweh is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place." So it said the chariots of power are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So the Lord is coming back with chariots, man. 20,000 of them. 20,000, man. Even thousands of angels. And these people are not preparing for that, man. They're preparing for uh, another long 50, 100 years here on this earth, man. Just living it up, doing what they want to do, man. Well, that's not according to what the scriptures say. This is on Isaiah 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire. Now, I just read to you in Psalm 68 and 17, for it said, the chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So this is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi plead with all flesh. And the word plead means to judge, man. And the slain of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi shall be many. Okay? Isaiah 66 and 15. For by fire and by his sword, why did the Lord have a sword? If he's all love, like they teach you in the churches. If the Lord is all love, why does it say he coming back with fire and with his sword, man? For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. The word plead means to judge. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. What does slain mean, man? That's killing, man. The Lord is coming back to kill. Okay? And it said the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. So what verse is you read in the churches talking about the Lord is all love, man? Where is that in the scriptures? This is Ezekiel chapter 9. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 6. This is the Lord told the angels, slay utterly old and young, both maids, meaning young women, and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin in my sanctuary, meaning the house of Israel. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house, and he said unto them, defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth, and they went forth and slew in the city. Listen, man. The Lord is coming back to destroy you so-called Christians because you're following the ways of these heathen nations and their doctrine and their gods. He's coming back to slay you so-called Christians, you Edomites, 2/3 of Israel, and all the heathen nations, man, to bind them up with chains. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. And it reads, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. So it said, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Them clouds are talking about chariots. Okay, he ain't coming on no cloud. He's coming in a chariot. And let's prove that. Going back to Psalms. Psalms 104 and verse 3. It reads, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So I got this image up, and you see Yahawashi on top of your chariot. Because it say, every eye shall see him, man. Behold, he cometh with clouds, Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, man. So this is what's finna happen, man. The return of Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi, and he finna slain many, man. And he's gonna start with the house of Israel first, because they are following the ways of the heathens. They have made a covenant with the heathen, man. So he's gonna start the house of Israel first. This is First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God, meaning at the 12 tribes of Israel first. First Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of power. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So the Lord is coming back, man, to destroy you so-called Christians, you Edomites, you 2/3 of Israel, and the other heathen nations, man. Now, the reason I want to do this lesson, because these Jesus freaks, these so-called Christians, always say that the Old Testament done away with. It's just about the New Testament. Well, the Lord say, until heaven and earth pass. Okay? He said, until all be fulfilled, man. Matter of fact, let me read that again before I read this. Because see, that's the problem with our people, man. This is Matthew 5 and verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. That's my point. Till all be fulfilled. Now, I'm finna read something that hasn't been fulfilled yet. This is Isaiah 34, verse 5. And it reads, for my sword, now I just read to you in Isaiah 66, when the Lord say, he is coming with fire and a sword, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Isaiah 34 and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, meaning here on earth, because this is a heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Now, even Cain said, Lord, the punishment that you have put upon me, if any man see me, they will kill me. That punishment is what? A curse, man. The Lord put a curse on Cain. Okay? So he said, the people, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way to say Edom. Okay? That's the Greek word for Edom, Idumea. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. This haven't happened yet. He said, for my sword shall be bathed. Esau was enslaved by Yahawashi, man, or who you ignorant call Jesus. The Edomites wasn't killed by Yahawashi. So this hasn't happened yet. Okay? It say, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi is filled with blood. Okay? It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, have a sacrifice in Basra, meaning you Edomites, start with North America, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorns shall come down with you. What's the unicorns? The internet, man. It said, the unicorns shall come down with you, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness, man. This hasn't happened yet. Let's read another one. Isaiah 63. And it reads, who is this that cometh from Edom, which is you so-called white people, with thy garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save. This is Yahawashi. This is speaking about the son of Yahweh, man. This prophecy hasn't happened yet. It said, who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments? Meaning it's going to be blood, man. It's going to be massive bloodshed, man. Okay? And he said he's going to start the house of Israel first. But he's coming back to slay Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomites, man. This prophecy haven't happened yet. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Because he's coming back to slay, man, to conquer and to go for to conquering, man, conquering, man. Okay, destroying. This prophecy haven't happened yet. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments? Okay, it said the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. This prophecy hasn't happened yet, man. Now this is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 16 and Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north, which is where we at right now, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them. That means scattered around the world. That means North America and all the other scattered places. Okay, it tell you in Isaiah 11 about the islands where they were scattered. All the Israelites were scattered in North America and all the other countries, man. Okay, all the other lands. Again, but the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he hath driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, which is Israel, that I gave unto their fathers. Okay? So this prophecy hasn't happened yet, man. And it's many, many more, man. This prophecy has not happened yet, man. Okay? So these Jesus freaks don't understand the scriptures, man. This is Jeremiah 14. I'm going to start at 13. Then said I, our Lord, Yahweh power, behold, the prophet said unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall you have famine, but I will give you a sure peace in this place. And this is what these prophets tell the people in the churches, man. Lying to them, telling them that they can assure peace in this place, man. Well, this is what the Lord said. Then the Lord said unto me, this is what the Lord told Isaiah and told Jeremiah. This is what the Lord Yahweh said unto me. The prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesied unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart. It said the deceit of their heart. Now, let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, which say to the seers, seek not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Okay? And that's what these people want to hear in the church. They want to hear lies. They don't want to hear that the Lord is coming back to slay many. The slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? They don't want to hear that, man. But it's the truth. The truth is, if you're not right when Yahawashi come back, you will be executed, man. Okay? You will be executed, man. The Lord is coming back to slay. Okay? To slay 2/3 of Israel, these Edomites, and all these heathen nations. And especially you so-called Christians, man. The Lord is coming back to kill you. Back in Jeremiah 14, verse 15, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land, North America. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. Okay? And the people to whom they prophesied, talking about you in the churches, shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. That's what's going on, man. Because you following these pastors who's lying to you, telling you false visions and divinations, man. They lying to you. So the Lord is coming back to destroy you so-called Christians, man. Okay? You Jesus freaks. You are finna be destroyed along with Esau, Edom, which he gonna preserve the elites of the Edomites because they going to slavery. But these regular peon Edomites, they finna get destroyed. These other heathen nations, they finna get destroyed. And you 2/3 of Israel finna be destroyed because you're following behind Christianity, Roman Catholicism, man. False doctrines. He said, therefore thus saith the Lord concerning the prophet that prophesied my name, and I sent them not, yet they say sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. Okay? And you heathens, man. And you 2/3. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 10, and it reads, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that's what the prophet I was just reading in Jeremiah 14, man. The prophet say, I can assure you a peace in this place, and sword and famine shall not be in this land. Well, this is what the Lord say, Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people, the Lord say my people, meaning you 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So, you don't know the scriptures, man. Y'all have been lied to by these false pastors, man. These pastors are lying to you, man. This is Luke 19 and 27. And it reads, but those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. So the Lord said, you don't want him to reign over you? He's going to kill you, man. Point blank period. He's going to kill you. And you got to come back as a baby, man, through somebody's nutsack, man. Again, Luke 9:27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me, man. The Lord say, bring them over here, man. Okay, because I'm finna destroy them, man. Period. Because you don't want to follow the ways of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, man. You people trust in oppression, man. You trust in Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. When these prophets in the Old Testament has not happened yet, man. These are future prophecies, man. I'm going to read another one. This is Zechariah chapter 6, verse 12. And it reads, and speak unto him, saying, thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, behold, the man whose name is the branch, which is Yahawashi, who you ignorant call Jesus, and he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build a temple of the Lord, Yahweh. Okay? Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the counsel of peace shall be between them both. This prophecy haven't happened yet about Yahawashi rebuilding the temple, man. And it's talking about the spiritual temple, which is being rebuilt right now. Like you got these Edomites over there in Israel talking about rebuilding the third temple. The temple is already being rebuilt now, man. But this is being done by Yahawashi, man. Okay? He is the Redeemer. You people don't understand the scriptures, man. And you will be destroyed because you don't understand, man. And you're following behind these pastors who's destroying you. me see. These prophecies have to play out, man. They have not come to pass yet. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So you people's following behind these false pastors, they don't understand the scriptures, man. They understand none of the scriptures because they still teaching you that Mary was a virgin. Okay? Yahawashi was born through a miraculous conception. When the scripture clearly tell you that Mary and Joseph had sex, man. It clearly tells you that, man. Okay? When you read Leviticus 12 and 1, Leviticus 12, 1 through 3, and Luke chapter 2, verse 22, man, it tell you that Mary and Joseph had sex, man. Okay? That's that Roman Catholicism, man. That Christianity, which has nothing to do with the Bible, man. The people listen to these pastors who go to these theological seminars and learn from this so-called white man. The same one they taught on the plantation, man. They don't know the scriptures, man. That's why the Lord said in Psalm 50 and 16, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, seeing thou hatest instructions? He said, what has the wicked to do? Let me read it. This is Psalm chapter 50. Psalm chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, now who is the wicked? This so-called white man, the Edomites, the red Hebrew Edomites. But unto the wicked, power saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statute? Or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee. So, who teach you in these colleges? The wicked, man. The Lord say, but unto the wicked, power said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Seeing thou hatest instruction, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instructions and casting my word behind thee. So they shouldn't even be putting their hands on this Bible, man. Okay? But that's why they don't understand the scriptures, because the wicked will do wickedly and none of the wicked will understand, man. That's why the Lord say, but unto the wicked, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Because when you read verse 21, 20, Psalm 50 and 20, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, which talking about Esau speaking against Jacob, thy slanderest thy own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So that's what's going on now. So while Esau deceiving you, because he thought the Lord was altogether with them, because the Lord let them slay us and do all different, put different judgments on us because of we broke the covenant of the Lord. So he let the Edomites put different type of judgments on us. So they thought that the Lord was altogether with them, man. But he deceived you, man. Okay? That's what I was finna get. He deceived you devils, man. That's why he said he's setting us in order before your eyes, man. And you don't know what to do but to be in terrible fear. Because the Lord got y'all in the trick bag, man. Got you so-called Christians, you Edomites, and you 2/3 in the trick bag, man. And he said, I'm going to read it. This is Job 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. Okay? That's why the Lord say, amen. By the foolishness, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1. And verse, I'm going to start at 21. For after that, in the wisdom of power, the world by wisdom knew not power. For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believed. Okay? Verse 25, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. So you peoples are in the trick bag, man. Verse 28, and the base things of the world and things which are despised have power chosen, and the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. So you Edomites, you 2/3 of Israel, you Jesus freaks, you so-called Christians, you heathen nations, y'all have all been put in the trick bag, man. You don't know the Lord, man. Let me get this. This is Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 5. It reads, as birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh of hosts defend Jerusalem. Delivering also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted, man. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin. Okay? So all this idol worshiping, hey, that's going to be done away with, man. Because a lot of you going to have to get it. Hey, matter of fact, let me read it, man. A lot of you going to have to get it by death, man. This is, 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. Second Ezra chapter 9, start at verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Because you get benefits from the government, man. Okay? Your Section 8, your food stamps, your habitat housing, your habitat housing, your Section 8, your government assistance, your food stamps, your Social Security disability checks, all the way up to your rich Israelites like Jay-Z's and Kanye's and Will Smith's and Denzel Washington's. So 2nd Ezra 9 and 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. All these Israelite entertainers, Israelite rappers and singers, movie stars, they have all received benefits and have not known the Lord. All the way down to you regular jakes that's in the world. Okay? Whether you got a good job or a shitty paying job. Whether you're on government assistance or food stamps or whatever it is, man. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that had loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished. And I just read that in 1 Peter 4, 17, 18, about the ungodly and the sinners. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Okay? So we ain't worried about how your 2/3 gonna be killed. We just know you finna die horrible, grievous deaths, man. Thus saith the scriptures. So when I read to you in Isaiah 31, 35, Isaiah 31 and verse 5, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. So the Lord is coming back in chariots, and they're going to be in a formation when you see birds flying to the south. Or when you see birds flying, they be in that V shape. This is how Yahawashi coming back, like I read to you in Psalm 68. And 17, his chariots shall be 20,000, man. Okay, even thousands of angels. So they're coming back, the chariots come back in a V shape with Yahawashi being in the front, man. Okay? To defend you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians. Talking about the elect. Because 2/3 of Israel are going to be destroyed, man. Because they don't want to come out of these churches. The deceived and the deceiver is the Lord, man. That's the Lord got that spirit on these dummies, man. This is Jeremiah 5:7. How shall I pardon thee for this? The children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. Because the Lord said you want to horn out the other gods, man. Okay? And if you don't return to the Lord, you're going to be destroyed. When I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot houses. And the harlot houses talking about these churches. So he said they assembled themselves by troops in the harlot houses. That means there's a lot of them in one place, man. When you go to these churches on Sunday, there's a lot of people gathered together in these churches. So the Lord finna destroy 2/3 of Israel. These what we call Jesus freaks, and these so-called Christians, and these Edomites, and all the other heathen nations. Because you don't want to turn to the Lord. This is Jeremiah chapter 2:11. Have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which is not. For my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. So you're following after Caesar Borgia, Cesare Borgia, which is not a god, man. This is First Maccabees 3:48. And it reads, and listen, First Maccabees 3:48. They say, and lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images, man. Lay open what book of the law? They're talking about these scriptures, man. And they put their image up as being Yahawashi. So for all you people who's falling behind Esau, Edom, and their philosophies, you're gonna be destroyed for that. Matter of fact, this is Exodus 23:32, and I'm gonna close on this. And it reads, thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. So the Lord telling you not to make a covenant with these Edomites and their gods. So Lord's will, this be edifying. You gotta give our praise to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, and the sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing their truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hope for the land. Shalom.